For years, this image hung in classrooms, doctors' offices, and cafeterias. The food pyramid. It looked simple, trustworthy, scientific. But what if the government's most famous nutrition guide was less about your health and more about selling you cheap food? This is the edible truth behind the food pyramid. In the 1970s, America had a problem. Heart attacks were rising, people were scared, and everyone wanted a clear villain. Scientists were split. Some blamed sugar, others blamed fat. But fat was easier to fear. It sounded greasy, heavy, dangerous. So, slowly, fat became the enemy. By the early 1990s, the United States was ready to give the world a simple answer. A neat, colorful triangle telling you exactly what to eat. At the bottom, a mountain of bread, cereal, rice, and pasta. 6 to 11 servings a day. On top of that, fruits and vegetables, then meat and dairy, and at the tiny tip, almost like an afterthought, fats and oils. The message was clear. Carbs were safe. Fat would kill you. But there was a problem. This wasn't just about science, it was about politics and profit. The job of the USDA, the agency behind the pyramid, is complicated. On one hand, it's supposed to protect public health. On the other, it exists to promote American agriculture. That means keeping powerful industries happy: grain farmers, corn growers, and the companies that turn those crops into packaged food. So when it came time to design the food pyramid, the question wasn't just, what's healthiest? It was also, what can we produce cheaply? What do we already grow too much of? And how do we keep these industries thriving? Suddenly, telling people to eat less bread and cereal wasn't just a health decision, it was an economic one. At the base of the pyramid sat the biggest winners: refined grains. Bread, cereal, rice, and pasta got their own giant category. Not just have some, but 6 to 11 servings a day. That wasn't just advice, that was demand. A built-in guarantee that grain products would move off of store shelves and onto your plate. And floating higher up, looking almost saintly, were low-fat products, low-fat yogurts, low-fat dressings, low-fat snacks. They sounded healthy. They wore the halo. But there was a catch. When you take the fat out of food, it often tastes like cardboard. So manufacturers replaced fat with something cheaper and more addictive: sugar. Suddenly, healthy, low-fat products were loaded with sugar and refined carbs. The food pyramid didn't warn you about that. As this new way of eating spread, something else spread with it: obesity, type 2 diabetes, metabolic disease. People were following the rules. They ate their cereal. They trusted the heart-healthy labels. They avoided fat. And yet we got sicker. Because the pyramid didn't just tell you what to eat, it rewired what you believed was good for you. A bowl of sugary cereal? Approved. A plate of white pasta? Base of the pyramid? Nuts, oils, and full-fat foods that humans had eaten for centuries? Shoved to the top, labeled use sparingly. Over time, the science caught up. Studies began to question, was fat really the villain? Or had sugar and refined carbohydrates been hiding in plain sight? Slowly, quietly, the food pyramid was retired. It was replaced with new icons like My Plate and updated guidelines. The triangle disappeared from classroom walls, but the damage was already done. An entire generation grew up believing that their health depended on avoiding fat and loading up on processed carbs. Supermarket aisles were rebuilt around that belief, and food companies made billions from it. So next time you see a low-fat, heart-healthy label on a sugary product, Remember, it might not be there because it's truly good for you. It might be there because for years, politics, profit, and public health were all stacked into the same pyramid. And your body was the one paying the price. If you want more dark histories about the food on your plate and the lies we were fed along the way, hit subscribe and stay tuned. Because the food pyramid wasn't the only thing built on a half-truth. It was just the one they taught you in school.